I am going to help you make some homemade chicken soup, and we're going to make two kinds. One's a traditional style and the other is a salsa verde style. So what you need to do is get a whole chicken. I cleaned this out, I rinsed it out, took the neck out from the inside of the chicken, I cut a little bit around the chicken, removing a lot of the fat. And now I'm going to put it inside this crock pot, and basically all you need to do after cleaning your chicken is lift it in here and fill this about halfway with water. And I like to slow cook my chicken for a good 6 to 8 hours. I'm putting pepper on the top and some salt. This will help draw out the juice. And then we're gonna also make some bone meal with the remaining carcass of the chicken. All you do is set your timer, and this one has an 8-hour timing set already on it, but if it doesn't, don't worry, you can just plug it in, start it, and keep track of the time or check back on it periodically every couple hours. So this chicken is cooked now for 8 hours, and I've cooled it for about an hour. I'm now going to remove the whole chicken and just put it into a bowl and let it further cool. I'm removing the rest of the parts of the chicken that have fallen in here. And then next I'm going to take the broth that was created by the slow cooking of the chicken in the water, and I'm going to strain it out into a pot. And then I'll be adding more water and creating more broth with this, but next we have to debone the chicken. Right, here we are. This is the chicken that's been cooled off, and I'm deboning it. So what you want to do is remove the skin and all the bones, and I'm saving all that because I'm gonna slow cook the bones and make the bone meal, which is super nutritious. If you take a look at this gelatin in here, that is what I'm speaking of. That is a super health power to help us when we're sick. It goes back to ancient times that chicken has powerful elements to help fight illness, and of course it's a lean protein. So this is what deboning the chicken's all about. Again, this will go back in the slow cooker with water, and I will cook that for another 6 to 8 hours and add that to the soup. But if you come over here, we're gonna layer our soup. We do have 2 soups going. I've got the broth from the chicken, and then I also used a organic chicken broth, low in sodium. So I also added that to the other pot and some in the one that we cooked the chicken in. To make a really good soup, you want to layer flavors, so I put a little olive oil in my pan. And what I'm going to do is press some garlic. Garlic and onion are from the Acyllum family, and they are absolutely fantastic elements that are antioxidant to the body. They're also antibacterial and anti-cancer fighting elements. They're super healthy for us. We should really have them in our diet every day. I like to use a lot of garlic, and I'm going to split this mixture up between my 2 pots of soup. So if you're just making one soup, which is typically what everyone would tackle, is just one type of soup, I'm using about 8 garlic pieces, but you can use as little or as much as you want. Again, this is for nutrition and flavor. And what I want to do is just lightly saute all of this. Probably need a little more olive oil in here. EVOO is a low monounsaturated fat, and it's a good fat. It actually breaks down the bad fats in the bloodstream, and it's really good for our brain health. Any type of nut or seed oil that's properly processed has those poly and monounsaturated fat properties. And you can see I'm going to saute this up. This is white onion. You can use yellow onion. You can use scallions if you'd like. I also am using some chives. I love all the different types of onions, and this just adds a lot of flavor to the soup, and again has the same properties as the garlic. All right, as you can see, the onions are pretty translucent and the garlic, and I'm just rubbing the bottom of the pan. That's where a lot of the flavor is. I'm going to split this up between my 2 pots of broth. Of course, if you like more onion or garlic, you can do more or less. It's really dependent on what you like, in addition to the health benefits of it all. And now with the salsa verde soup, I've got some navy beans and black beans. You can use one or the other, or kidney cantonelli beans. I use an organic navy bean, and I had some black beans also left over that I'm going to stick in here. I have diced tomatoes, and this has green chilies in them too. You can use just plain diced tomatoes, but in this case I've got the green chilies. I've got salsa verde here, and I'm adding a jar of that, and this is going to give it that kind of southwestern flavor. And then I've got some sweet corn here, and I think I'm only going to use half of that for the size pot of soup. So I'm going to boil this for about 15 minutes and let it simmer for another 15 minutes. And then towards the end, I'm going to add this delicious cilantro in. And the navy beans, of course, are high in magnesium, iron, riboflavin. They're a carb protein, but all herbs are the most nutritious elements in our diet. They have all the vitamins A through K, calcium, phosphorus, all the minerals you can imagine are in the natural herbs, and they add the layer and the last flavor to it all. So we'll do that in a little bit. I'm going to make sure the soup starts to boil, and then I'm going to move over here. We've got the chicken we're going to add to. We'll wait a little bit. This is the traditional style chicken soup. We've got celery and carrots that we're putting in here. I think I chopped about 3 to 4 carrots and 3 to 4 celery. And that one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to let it come to a boil in 15 minutes time. We might as well put our chicken in there. Sometimes I wait a little bit and add the chicken in about 10 minutes, but I want to show you with this food demo to add the chicken. So this has all been deboned. Noticed I caught a bone there. Sometimes that happens, unfortunately. And you can put a fresh bay leaf in your traditional chicken soup. I sometimes add some fresh oregano in there, but I'm also going to be using some fresh parsley in this soup after it cooks for a while. Again, towards the end, I'm going to add this fresh parsley in for flavor. All right, so I have let the soup simmer about 15 minutes after boiling it for 15 minutes, putting it on low for 15 minutes, and then letting it just sit in the pot, and it turned out absolutely delicious. You can see it's fully cooked. I added the herbs, and what's fantastic about this salsa verde soup is you can add in the cilantro, which has medicinal qualities. It's great for the common cold. It has vitamin K, it has tons of nutrients, like folate, and then I put fresh avocado in, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a carb protein. It's a great monounsaturated fat. It also has tons of vitamins and minerals. It's absolutely a fantastic good fat for our bodies, pulling cholesterol and triglycerides. Here's the chicken soup, and you can put your fresh parsley in there too to add a little more flavor, a little color, make it look really fresh and good when you're serving your soups. Here they both are. So Jewel, how does this soup taste?
It tastes like delicious and fresh. I love the avocados and the cilantro with it. It gives it flavor.
Awesome. Bon appetit.